Hey everybody, Seth with Everyman Prepping here, and today I was going to do one of my typical Friday news story roundups because there's a lot of news out there going on. But then I saw a story earlier today, which if you're a subscriber to Dave at Southern Prepper 1, which I know a lot of you are and you came over here, he went through what happened in Western Ukraine at a city council meeting with a guy that went into the meeting, the room, tossed a couple grenades on the floor, injured 26 people, killed one of them. So he went through that and talked about it. I also want to give my points of view on that. I got a couple of still shots from that video to show you so you can kind of see what happened, what the reactions are, because we're going to talk about what the thumbnail said is stay alert and then stay alive. There wasn't a lot of paying attention to details from the people. There wasn't a lot of staying alert, and something I think we all need to focus on right now. So I got a couple shots. Like I said, I can't show the video on YouTube. That'll be a strike for sure. So we're going to go over a couple of still shots, give my interpretation of what I think is going on, and what we all can learn from this, and how we can all get ready, because I think these kind of attacks are going to step up and get more frequent. And here in the United States, that southern border, it's been very porous. We've got thousands of people coming across daily, and they're not families with women and children looking for a better life. There's a few of those. Most are young, strong, single men. Military age, you could call it, that might be planning something, from all different nationalities, not just Mexican or South American or Central American, all those. No, we got Chinese, Middle Easterns, all kinds of people coming across this border. So something to be paying attention to. So let's get into this and start looking at this here. And what we can see here, this is the video's already started, and the gentleman's walked in. He's got two grenades in his hands. He's got a grenade here and a grenade here. This lady here, she's looking, she sees it, doesn't react. No one else is looking. You can see everybody else. We have this guy looking this direction, this guy looking here, this guy staring at this lady, she's over here. Nobody's looking, this guy's staring over here. Nobody's looking at the guy that just came in, barged in, stood in front of the door, blocked the door, and has two grenades in his hands. He pulled them out of his pockets at this point. Something you should notice. If you're in a meeting and someone comes in, opens the door, stops by the door and blocks it and is standing there, you think you'd at least check him out. None of these people flinched or moved or even looked his direction, except for that one lady in the front there. Further than that, he starts talking. He starts really yelling, and they still don't move. This gentleman here that I circled before, he doesn't move at all. He doesn't even move when the guy's talking, the guy's yelling. No one even makes a move. So then what happens next? Well, let's go to the next one here. Let me pull it up. Well, this is after he's thrown two grenades. So the first one's already on the floor. The first grenade's down here somewhere on the ground. This here is the second grenade. It's in midair. He's got a third one here in this hand that he hasn't quite thrown yet. So what do we see happening here? This lady's taking cover with her arms, right here. Not going to do much. She hasn't moved. She hasn't got up. She's just, hoping for the best. This lady's using her arm and forearm and elbow to shield shrapnel, I guess, but didn't get up, didn't move. The only one guy that has moved is this person, whoever it is. That's the only one that started moving. It's only been a couple seconds since the first one is thrown. The only one moving is this person. As you can see, this gentleman back here decided, well, it's going to be loud. That's a grenade. It's going to be loud, so I better cover my ears now. As I basically stare at it going off, not very smart there. This guy finally looks. This gentleman here, he is watching the grenade roll on the ground towards his feet. He doesn't move. Doesn't get up. He just watches it move the whole time, and everybody else is still stationary. This lady finally looks at him over here. But as you can see from all the markings out here, no one's doing much at all. And this is the second one. The third one's going to go, and soon after this, the explosions happen. It was mind-boggling that no one did anything to even move. I know there's only a couple seconds, but there should have been more people like this person here getting up and moving, because there was 26 injured, and we have about 12 people in this frame right here. So there's room to the back. There's room this way that they could have moved. Some people could have moved this direction and got out of the way. What else could you have done? You could have flipped this table here. It survived. If you watch the video, and I'll link it in the description below so you can see, go to X or Twitter, known as Twitter, and view it yourself. But this table survives. It doesn't get blown to pieces, doesn't shatter. This gentleman, right here, this guy right here, could he have flipped this table over and got down behind it? Yes. Could these people, should they have hit the ground maybe? Should they have gone up and ran? Yeah, they should do something, but it's a normalcy bias. You don't think this is going to happen. Like you see the grenade, you see it go on the floor. This guy, he's watching it. Nothing's going to happen. We're in Western Ukraine. We really haven't had no rockets. There's no direct fighting. The Russians haven't, taken up our ground. I think they're at the point where they're just, basically thinking everything's going to be okay. It's not going to affect us. This can't possibly happen here. And that normalcy bias kicked in, and they just waited till it happened. And then all three went off. Even the guy that tossed the grenades, he didn't die. He had some stomach damage, but he's going to live. I'm not sure which one did pass away, but the other 26 injured. Who knows how gravely they were hit. But like I said, if that table gets flipped over, people drop to the ground. People in the green chairs, they flee to the back at least. At least turn your back. Because, the front, that's where all your important stuff is. Turn your back. Let the back absorb it at least. But I found this very important because you need to pay attention to this. When you're in your city council meetings or school board meetings or clubs or church, you need to pay attention. Who's standing where? Who's coming in? It's not being paranoid. You just quickly notice who's coming in, who's standing. Is there anything odd going on? Trust your gut. Especially if you see someone coming in and they pull out of their pockets two objects, could it be their cell phone? Could it be tennis balls? Could it be something like that? Or is it a grenade? You should at least take a look at someone that comes in, especially when they come in and they start yelling. That's your biggest clue. You got to do something. I was in the military. There was a full bird colonel, old school colonel, hard on lieutenants. I was a first lieutenant at the time. He would ream you out. He would smoke you for every little thing. But he's trying to save our life. He's trying to make us better, make sure we didn't die. But what he would always tell the lieutenants and the senior NCOs was, doing something's better than nothing. 99% of the time, do something. It's better than doing nothing. Doing nothing will usually get you killed. So these people, you need to learn. You need to do something. You need to hit the floor, turn around, run for cover, do something. There was a lot of nothing happen here. So just keep that in mind when you're out and about town in your meeting. If you see something happening, do something. Could you maybe, would it be embarrassing maybe if you did pull a cell phone out and actually drop it, but you dove for cover, or you turned around backwards, or you hit the floor? Yeah, maybe. But if it was a legitimate thing, you'd be alive still maybe. Maybe not even injured. If it turns out just to be a cell phone or something, okay, a little embarrassing, but who cares at that point? We got to pick up our awareness, or our social awareness, our spatial awareness, just our situational awareness for everything needs to pick up. I think there's a lot of people stuck in their phones, stuck in arguments here. Back when I showed those people were having an argument at the city council meeting, they're yelling at each other. Not very situationally aware. They're just too involved in what is going on. So when you go to a restaurant, don't sit with your back facing the entrance where you can't see what's coming in. If there's a group of you, the person, if it's you, if the spouse, if you're the oldest brother, whoever you are, and you've put it up on yourself to look after the family or the group, your back's not to the entrance, your back's to the wall, and you're looking out because you want to have situational awareness. So I thought this was very important that we all need to remember this, incorporate it in our lives, and it's a great example. Like I said, check out the video if you haven't seen it yet, because it is just amazing that what doesn't go on and how people, like I said, they're putting up their arms to protect themselves. They're staring at it. It's just very I don't know what you want to call it, but I was kind of blown away watching it. That not much happened. Especially the gentleman just covering his ears. He knows it's going to be a loud explosion, but he's going to stare at it, cover his ears, and I guess hope for the best. I don't know. You need to take action at that point. So I think these situations will happen more frequently. Role play them in your head. Think about what would you when you're in a new place. Think. Someone comes in, where am I getting out of here? If they do this, if they shoot, if they throw something, where am I going? Where am I ducking out? Where's the cover? It takes a few seconds. Quiz your family on it. Quiz your kids. I do that to my kids a lot. We go to a new place. I ask them, where are we getting out of here? Where's the exits? Where are we hiding? It takes a few seconds. They enjoy it. They can see it as not really a game, but something they're being tested on. So take that and see what you can do to incorporate it into your lives and all that. And I will try to get out another video today because there is a ton of news out there. I mean, if you want me to run through really quick, at the end here, we have the Al-Aqsa, the Temple Mount Mosque over there in Israel and Jerusalem. Rockets shot over it, maybe directed at it. We don't know. There's the Maersk shipping company, the largest shipping company in the world. It's not going to go through the Red Sea and the Suez Canal anymore because 2 or 3 more ships were attacked today. They do 15% of global trade. That's going to really affect things. The IDF, Israel, killed 3 hostages accidentally somehow. Didn't identify them as hostages. They thought they were hostile. There's definitely some problems there. What else do we have? There was 10 or so IEDs, improvised explosive devices, found on the U.S. southern border. So like I said, you don't think this thing can happen. They're finding IEDs at our border right now. Okay? What else we got? There's word that the Eisenhower aircraft carrier group that was in the Persian Gulf is now left. It's only been there 20 days. Why are they leaving? Iran saying it's because they chased them out. Crazy situation there. And, oh yeah, Russia blew up some Patriot missiles around Kiev with hypersonic missiles or some other missiles last night. So that's just a little bit. There's a ton of that news. But I want you to focus on what you can do in your own area of influence, which is when you're going out in your own situational awareness. So like I said, that's all I have for you today. Hope you got something out of this. Stay alert, stay alive, keep your ear to the ground, and head on a swivel.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.